Brian Palavai run far here, the Anna Frost, the 2014 Transvulcania champ. How you doing, Anna?
Good, thank you.
You had a great run out there.
Yep, it was hard. I had to dig really deep.
Yeah? Before the race, in talking, you said you weren't sure of what shape you were in. Were you hedging your bets a little bit, or...?
No, I mean, obviously I've had a huge break, so and been on and off with racing, so I knew that I was feeling healthy and happy and fit, but I didn't know what sort of level. So yeah, it was nice to actually be able to pull it together on the day.
Did you remember at all, like, sort of your splits from the early part of the race in 2012 while you were running this year?
I didn't remember the exact splits, but I know this course like the back of my hand, so I know exactly how long each section takes me anyway. So I knew that I was moving quickly in the race, and I just wanted to get moving. I knew that my weakness comes at the downhill, so for me this course is about getting to the top as quick as I can, so that's what I had to do. In the
early going, your first 20 or 30k, you were like 6 minutes. You're a good deal under your course record pace.
And
you sort of held that on the upper part. You were really focused when I saw you at 30k. Were you working real hard already at that point?
I wasn't working hard. Like, I felt really good the whole way up all the way to the summit. I was focusing really. I was enjoying every second of it, but I was very focused on keeping my fluid, keeping my food, keeping a good technique of running, and just keeping myself together, because on this sort of course you just have to maintain yourself the whole way. It's such an important race to take care during the race, and so I didn't feel like I was pushing too hard at all. So that was a really nice feeling.
So you were focused, but not.
Yeah, exactly. And it was definitely a physical push for me, this race. So I really knew that I had to really keep things in line and on form.
Did you feel pressure from the women behind you? Because they were never terribly far back. You're always in the lead.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, I didn't feel pressure because like you say, they weren't there. They weren't right beside me. Obviously, it's in your mind when you're leading the race. Where are they? Because you never know where anyone is. I was also looking out for Emily because I was hoping that we would run together, and I didn't know that she had stopped. So I was still sort of.
When did you find that out?
I found that out at almost near the top. So at about 40 or 50k that she wasn't chasing. So which was really sad because obviously I'd seen that she'd cut herself, but I'd asked her if she was okay. She was fine.
So you actually saw her up there?
I saw her when we were right down near Faro, right at the start of the race. I saw that she was bleeding.
Really?
I'd asked her if she was okay, and then she sort of disappeared, which is hard because it's dark, so you don't know where anyone is. So that was sad to hear that she had pulled out, but obviously that gave me even more energy to go with her strength as well.
Yeah. So. As you said just now, your forte is not the descent. You're not a bad descenter, but did you take it even more cautiously this year? You even lost, compared to your course record, you were even 4 or 5 minutes slower on the huge descent.
This year?
Yeah.
I the first part of the downhill I felt really good. And then the second part, I just had a really bad stage. I sort of started cramping up in my back and my stomach, and just started feeling a bit sick and not really on top of things, and obviously getting hotter and hotter as we were coming down. So I just sort of pulled back a little bit and was taking it a little bit easier, just because you know that once you get down into Tazacourt, you've still got to get back up the other side. So I was being a little bit cautious, and really for me it was just about getting to the finish line. Yeah,
and those last 6K or whatever up to the finish, a lot harder than it used to be?
Yeah, well, when you go through that river, I mean, it's a really nice part of the course because you go through this little canyon. The thing is that your legs are like jelly by then, so it's very hard to actually stay standing, and those zigzags, for me, it's just about getting it done, and you have to take away the rest of the race and just think of it as those zigzags to the finish and just get up it.
Did you have a chance to savor those last kilometers or two in the pavement?
Yeah, for sure, because I didn't know what time I was on. I didn't know, and I had assumed that I was nowhere near the record because of my last part on the downhill was a bit slow, and going through the river I knew it was going to take a lot longer. So I was really enjoying the atmosphere. There's like that last kilometre where you're just going straight. It feels like 10k along there, and there was so many supporters. It was great. So I was high-fiving, and there was people doing Mexican waves along there. It was really great. And so it wasn't until I came into that final or a 50-meter stretch where I could actually see the official timing clock and could see that, whoa, okay, I should go now, because I think I had about a minute to go to get under the record.
Did you think you had any chance of breaking your course record?
Not at all, no.
Yeah, so pretty fantastic.
Yeah, it was an awesome surprise. Yeah.
And when you crossed the line, there was such pure happiness and relief.
Relief, yeah.
In your expression.
Yeah, I think it's not just relief of this race, because when you get to the start line, you're like, okay, I'm at the start line, I just need to get through the race. But the relief was really the whole year before, and even the year before that, of just like working through the process of getting through emotional and physical lows and highs during that as well, and just sort of getting that nailed and getting to the finish line. And it wasn't even about getting to the finish line in first or in a course record. It was about getting to the finish line, feeling good, obviously tired, but not injured, and really happy.
In that sort of year downtime or dark, there's a various emotions you had during that. What was the hardest part in terms of, did you feel pressure to perform? Was it your health? There was
never any pressure to perform. The wonderful thing with Salomon and the whole team and that family is that they were there to support me throughout, no matter what happened. So I didn't have any pressure to come back, except for the pressure that I put on myself.
Well, that's
the worst pressure. So after I took that away from myself, it was just a matter of getting the health back, and it takes a long time when you've gone so deep, and so the hard part was just sort of going through the motions of feeling like I was getting better, but then realizing I wasn't, and then starting again.
Do you have any advice from that process?
I think it's just what I always say to people is that you have to talk, especially women's health. We don't talk enough. And you can get so much help from other women. We've all been through it. We're all going through it. So why not talk about it? And we can really help each other through that. And then we don't have to go as deep and dark as a lot of us are going at the moment. So if we can stay on top and talk and just deal with the issues right there and then we can work together and get in better places.
And how do you do that? I mean, you mean like just talking to the friends around you who are running, or? Yeah,
talking to your girlfriends, talking to guys. Like, you've got so many guys that you end up running with, and runners know everything about each other anyway, so why not talk to them? And there's lots of places, like on my blog spot, I'd love people to start asking questions or keep talking amongst each other, not just me, and because I don't know everything.
No, it's a discussion, isn't it?
Yeah, we just need to discuss, put it out there so it's not so taboo anymore.
I mean, we were just talking a minute ago about people who overtrain, and especially women, and is it important to sort of, you don't want to curb people's enthusiasm, but when somebody's doing too much, to actually speak up and... Yeah,
I think you have to be brave and be able to say to your friends or your fellow runners, like, you need to stop, you need to sort this out and figure it out. And I've been lucky that I've had people say that to me, and it's the worst thing you can hear. And it's often you don't do it, and I'm total victim that I am guilty of that people that have loved me and cared for me have said to me, you need to stop, and I haven't. And now I'm really trying to take that on board and saying, okay, I'm going to stop and take a good break.
And it's probably even harder when you don't have a sprained ankle or a stress fracture or something that's not actually physically keeping you from running in that moment.
When you're just tired and you just can't run, and your blood tests are showing normal, which for so many of us they do, it's very hard to say or give yourself a reason to stop. But in the end, if you're not feeling great, then you need to stop.
Yeah,
it's simple.
On a happier note, we're here on the Palma.
Yeah,
you clearly love this island.
Yeah,
and the island, honestly loves you, just having them talk about you as La Palmera, you're one of them at this point.
It's an amazing place, and like I've always said about coming here, whether I'm racing or running or cycling or swimming, the energy that I receive and hopefully give to this island as well is huge for me, and I always feel I'm in a really nice place when I'm here, and the atmosphere here is absolutely crazy. In the last 3 years that I've been coming, that people have just gone mad for trail running, for Transvulcania, for sky running, for everything that goes on here, and it's fantastic to see. It's fantastic to see not just runners getting involved, but all the support, all the kids, all the organisers, and just, the finish line and all along the course was absolutely bananas yesterday. It was crazy, so it's really, really fun to see.
Awesome. And on the relationship front, you also have great support from your Solomon teammates.
Yeah.
One thing I really enjoyed yesterday, or 2 days ago, was seeing Jonathan Wyatt out on the course, being the water boy for you.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Was it like seeing one of your countrymen out there on the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, I know, it was really in the middle of nowhere. It was really great because there's people that obviously know you, and when you're in a race like that, you don't really have time to chit chat. But you know that even just seeing them and they look you in the eyes and they give you your water, or they take a photo, or they just say something so simple, but the confidence in those people, it's just so powerful. And so to know that in 16K or in another 10K I'm going to see that person, it's huge for confidence. And to have Jono out there, it was just awesome to see him, and to have him see the ultra scene as well, which is really, really cool to have a guru of a mountain runner, marathon runner out on the course as well.
Do you ever needle him a little bit and say, come on out and do an 80K?
I've tried, and hopefully we'll see him one day.
Find a runnable course for him. I think you'll make it happen.
Yeah, he was running pretty quick when he was out in the middle of nowhere anyway, so I think he could do fine on here. I
think so.
Yeah.
Speaking of running in the future, what are your plans?
Well, from here I'm going to rest for a couple of weeks, and then I'll go to the Azores Islands of Portugal for a running holiday for the Azores Trail Race, and then my next major focus will be Chamonix 80K for the Sky World Champs. So this is 6 weeks, so it gives me a good time to rest, recover, and really get myself fit and strong again.
Awesome. I know in the past you've had a little chatter about maybe doing Nolan's 14. Is that still on the calendar for this year?
Definitely, yeah. It's an option for this year. Okay. I'd love to do it, but the thing with that, it takes a lot of time on the route, on the course, a lot of time on your feet. So I'll do it if I feel like I'm prepared and I've seen the course, and which if I have time this year, I'll do it. Yeah. If not, it will be a project to complete at some point.
And what's your thinking about not only doing a tough 100, say hard rock, but doing something even outside of that as your first effort of that distance? Something is so intense.
Yeah, I think it's just the first time I went out there, I was just blown away into those 14ers. They're just absolutely incredible, and from up the top there you can see forever. And I guess I was up there in some electrical storms and really got a good lesson on how powerful mountains are. So it's nice to go there and be taught lesson after lesson of how small and insignificant humans are.
Well, you had a pretty significant accomplishment, and welcome back, Frosty.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It's a relief for all of us to see you happy and healthy.
Me too. Yeah, thank you.
And Frosty, a quick bonus question for you here. Didn't think of it till this morning, but you ran the whole race in a dress.
I know. How was that?
You don't really see that very often.
No, you don't.
What's with the dress?
Well, the dress has been a project that I've had for a long time, and finally it's come to the shelves, not just for me, but for everyone. No guys. I don't want to see any guys in that dress. That would be horrible.
I promise.
Yeah, but the girls will look beautiful, so I'm really looking forward to seeing more girls wearing that.
Is there anything else in that line, or is it specifically that?
Yeah, there's 6 pieces. Okay. So there's the skirt, tank, the dress, and some yoga jacket and pants and a singlet. So
all that blue stuff?
Yeah, all the beautiful colours stuff. So they can find that on the Solomon eShop now. Okay. Yep, and it's the New Zealand limited edition. So it's awesome.
But available around the world?
Almost all around the world.
Yeah. Most places.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Excellent. Thank you.